Hello again, and this is my Movano. I'm converting from a crew van to a camper van. Hopefully you've seen the first video I did and showing removing things like the internal partition, which was along here and all the way down there. In the back was a desk kind of thing and a big basket kind of thing. This was plywood, which I removed quite easily. Now I wanted to remove this to insulate around the wheel arch, but even though it's loose at the top, it must be absolutely glued solid there, and I just could not remove it. So I had to cut the floor all the way around. I had to cut the floor around this drop vent because that's kind of sealed in from underneath. It's like a tube goes right the way through the floor. And then the floor was in two sections. It was in a small section there, which was quite easy to take off once I'd removed the screws. Then after removing about 30 screws in the floor here, I yanked it up from this end, and it was quite solid. In fact, the yellow fiberglass foot grip that was there hid these screws here, and basically I just ripped the screws up with the floor. So I would have never seen those because they were underneath the yellow foot grip. If you don't know what I mean, it's these things, these anti-slip strips. So I've still got my unit ready for an auto electrician to come and just give me some advice, maybe even do some work for me. I haven't decided what to do yet. There's this quandary I might have mentioned, that how much of this do I actually keep, because I can build units either side of it, or do I just cut it off at the feed and start with a new battery to battery charger, and one that I can easily input solar to. So yeah, I've removed a grey panel, I think was on this one, a grey panel all around the window, a grey ceiling. I had to cut the lights off, different lights that were hanging so that I could get the grey cover off, and this was revealed, this elaborate piece of plywood with the cutouts. But I'm actually going to unscrew that now, and so I can easily put the insulation up. I've taken one of the swinging tables off because along this side is going to be a bench, and it will also be wide enough for a bed. That's 70 centimeters. The plan is to put a bed across the way. It will be a 70 centimeter bed along there, and then a 70 centimeter bed that pulls out, and that will more or less come out to here. Now I think from wall to wall it's 1.94 meters, so that will give me enough to put a couple of inches of insulation there, and I'll be able to stretch out. I'm 1.67 meters long, but with my lying on my tummy with my feet stretched, come to a bit over 1.71, something like that. So I need to buy a sheet of ply to go up on the ceiling there, a sheet of ply to go on that wall. And what else? Yes, I've removed a boiler, not a boiler, it was a boiler, it was a hand wash. It's called a Eberspacher mini wash. I managed to get that off. That was very difficult, and there was kind of hidden bolts. I ended up having to core these out from the back to remove them, but actually it was quite easily, because what I really needed to do, and I didn't know, was to really hit the bottom of the boiler or the hand wash really hard and it would have released it from that bracket. So and then once I had the actual hand wash out, it would have revealed those bolts and I could have got to them, but I just couldn't see how to do it. I had tried and pulled the boiler up, the hand wash up, but it to no avail. But you need to give it a hard knock from underneath. And after trying to remove things from the front of the boiler, I realized this plate is not actually attached, and by hitting it from the top there, it actually slides off and reveals the bolts that I couldn't access. So basically this was stuck to the back of the van, and what you need to do is to whack the bottom of the mini wash boiler from the bottom, and it will come off of this plate. So that's part of a learning process for me. And I've actually got there was a bent Allen bolt there, and I can't quite grip it from the inside there. This is the connection, the line to the boiler. I don't think I'll be able to use that for anything. I've got this floodlighty thing, and what I think I'll do is replace that with a reading light for when we're in bed, and maybe just splice into it somewhere along and have a second one here. So that's the plan so far. I hope that's been useful. I think I did show you that's the floor there. It's got a subfloor because of the way the seats slot in. The two seats that were in the crew part were slotted in. So I'm just going to have to leave that as it is. It's going to be too much of a job to get that up and change everything. So I'm just going to leave that. Right, thanks for watching.